What is happening, everybody? It is DW here, bringing you part 3 of a year in review. This time, we're going to be looking at the Buccaneers versus the 49ers. So let's get started. The game started with a 3-and-out by the Buccaneers, but that changed quickly when the punt was blocked and recovered by the 49ers. They got the ball on the 33. The 49ers' first drive started with a run followed by a short pass to Kittle that turned into 19 yards quickly. 2 plays later, Garoppolo threw a touchdown to Kittle that was called back due to pass interference. They ended up kicking a field goal on the drive and going up 3-0. On the next drive, there was a pass that was a no call on pass interference. That was challenged by Tampa Bay and overturned. That gave Tampa Bay 16 yards and a first down. 2 plays later, Barber ran to the left for 14 yards. Later on third down, Richard Sherman got flagged for defensive holding. That gave Tampa Bay another first down. They eventually ran out of steam and punted on the drive. The opening of the next drive started with a 12-yard rush by Coleman. Nothing else happened on the drive, so they ended up punting. The next drive by Tampa Bay included a big pass to Evans and later a dirty hit by Alexander on Jameis Winston that led to an ejection. The drive also included 2 touchdowns being called back for holding. Jameis Winston threw a pass to Howard later in the drive that was fumbled and recovered by San Francisco. That ended a really long drive with no points, so that's got to be disappointing. San Francisco then went out and ran a few plays before Garoppolo threw a pick 6. That put the score at 7-3 for the Buccaneers. Coming out of the pick 6, Garoppolo threw a pass to Coleman that went for 31 yards. There was a defensive penalty, but that got declined to give the 49ers 31 yards. Later on, the 49ers had 2 touchdowns called back again before settling on a field goal. That put the game at 7-6. Tampa Bay came out and threw an interception on the first play after that drive. The 49ers started driving, but later on in the drive, Deebo Samuel caught a pass and ended up running into one of his own teammates and fumbling the ball. There was no time left on the clock, really, so the Buccaneers just came out and kneeled to halftime. The 49ers came out of halftime. They were driving when a big defensive pass interference call came out. That got them 23 free yards. 2 plays later, it was a 31-yard pass to Richie James Jr. for a touchdown. That put the score at 13-7. Tampa Bay came out after the kickoff, and the first play was, the second play was a pick 6. That put the score at 20-7. Then Tampa Bay got the ball back again, drove downfield, busting it open with a big pass to Godwin. And a few plays later, Godwin caught another pass for a touchdown. That put the score at 20-14. The 49ers came out, got 2 runs of 10 and 13 yards. Nothing else really happened. They went for a 57-yard field goal that hit the crossbar and bounced out. Tampa Bay came out. They got downfield. It was 4th down in the red zone, and they were going to kick a field goal. The defense got caught with neutral zone infraction. So that Tampa Bay decided they were going to go for it after that. It did not go well. They ended up turning the ball over to the 49ers. But it didn't turn into anything. The 49ers just ended up punting on the next drive. Tampa Bay kicked a field goal that next drive. Nothing big happened. It was dink and dunk down the field. Put the score at 20-17. But And the next drive after that, the 49ers came out and kicked a field goal to match it, 23-17. The first play of the next drive after the 49ers field goal ended up being a pick six. It ended up being the second pick six of Jameis Winston's day. It was not a very good day for him. Buccaneers came out after that, got a few plays of 10-plus yards before stalling out and failing on a fourth down attempt. That ended up essentially being the end of the game because the 49ers just came out and clocked the ball to get the win. Final score was 31-17. The big takeaway from this week was it was very sloppy by both teams. You could tell that it was opening weekend for both these teams. They hadn't really gelled together. Another big thing was all the touchdowns that were negated. This could have easily been a high-scoring affair, but San Francisco had 3 touchdowns called back. Tampa Bay had 2 called back. It's kind of sad. I hope that things get better. Apparently, obviously, it does get better for one of the teams. But now we're moving on to stats of the game. Garoppolo on the San Francisco side, he was 18 for 27 with 166 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Rushing, Mostert had 9 rushes for 40 yards. Breda had 15 rushes for 37 yards, and Coleman rushed 6 times for 23 yards. Receiving, George Kittle was a beast like always, 8 receptions, 54 yards. Richie James Jr. had 1 reception for 39 yards and a touchdown. Tevin Coleman caught for 33 yards, and Deebo Samuel for 17 yards. The defense had 3 interceptions, and 2 of those were pick sixes, so that was pretty impressive. Tampa Bay, Jameis Winston went 20 for 36, 194 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. That is pitiful. On rushing, Jones rushed 13 times for 75 yards. Barber went 8 for 33. Receiving, Godwin went 3 for 53. Ogunbowale went 4 for 33. Howard went 4 for 32, and Evans went 2 for 28. Their defense had 1 interception that was also a pick six. Well, that is all I have for this episode. The next episode will be the Saints versus the Texans, rounding out the NFC South. And after that, I believe we'll be moving on to the NFC West. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and